Well, hello. I just wanted to update you on a few changes that are going on in Imitate Student Ministries this upcoming school year. Instead of a meeting form where we have you come to the church and waste your gas, I'm just putting this on video for you guys to be informed so we don't have to have that type of meeting. And you can just look online whenever you have any questions or anything like that. So let's talk a little bit about what's going to be happening this school year with Imitate Student Ministries. We'll start off with a little bit of the minor details that will help you and your students be just a tad bit safer. One of the things you'll see me standing in front of the doors here in front of the church, this is where we'd like all students to enter on Wednesday evenings before youth group. The reason being, just for safety purposes, in the past we've used the kitchen door, and we still might use that, but not as much, mainly because of the safety. We want just kind of one entrance to come in and for the kids to be safe. And I'll let you know why once we hop inside and let you know what our plans are for the upcoming year. So let's head on inside, and I'll let you know why we're going to be heading in this door on Wednesday evening. The main reason we want you coming through those double doors is because we're going to do something different this year. We're going to start having a sign-in process where when each student comes in, they sign a sign-in sheet, real simple, just their name, just to say that they're here. We're not using it for attendance records. We're using it just to make sure that we don't have any stragglers, and if a teen misses a couple of weeks, we make sure they're okay, in good health, and can just find a way to get here. This is also to ensure safety in case you think your teen is dropped off and comes here and is not, which we don't expect that to happen, but just in case, we want to have safety measures in place in case something like that would happen. So that's one main reason why we have you coming in through the double doors, just so we have one entrance and that all students can come in the same way through this hallway and around the corner to do the information board. During the past year and a half, 2 years, we as an adult leadership team have learned a great deal about student ministry and how it operates and things like that. Over the past year, I myself have been studying how other youth ministries all around the country are being run and being done. So what we're doing starting this fall is we're doing a little switching in programming. Not a huge switch, mainly just different names, different types of things. Let me explain. We are still going to be called Imitate Student Ministries, but under that umbrella, there's going to be 3 different programs. One is going to be AMP, which will be our Wednesday night program. The second program will be called Rooted, which is our Sunday morning program. And the third is going to be called Impact, which will also kind of be held on Sunday mornings. And you'll see how that all unravels itself as we move on and tell you a little bit about each program. So sit back, hold on, and we'll tell you a little bit about each program as a whole. As was just stated, one of the programs that we're going to be focusing on this fall is AMP. And AMP is going to be our Wednesday evening programming. And it's going to look a tad bit different this year. And what it's going to look like is this. My goal last year was to really make this an all-out sort of program for teens that aren't as close to Christ or don't know Christ at all, to be able to come and feel comfortable being inside a church and learning about God and leading them into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ. And that's what this is going to do. It's going to look pretty similar with the addition of worship by Darren Zook, and he will be coming in every week. We'll be having some sort of worship music being played, and we're also going to be using a new curriculum this year called XP3. If you've been with us in the church, you've been hearing about the children's ministry transitions and 252 basics and first look. Well, this is actually the teen version of that curriculum. And let me tell you, I've looked at curriculum over many, many years, and I'm not a huge fan, but this curriculum does an amazing job at relating to teenagers, relating to what they're going through, and helping them grow closer to Jesus as they move on in their teenage years. So that program is going to look pretty similar with the exception of new curriculum, and also we're going to be playing worship. There's also going to be some intro things that we'll be working on as well to make it a little bit more fun, kind of like a little bit of a momentum feel. But that will be the change in the program called AMP, which will be our Wednesday night programming that will start at 6:30 like it has been and go till 8:15. And we hope that your kids will come out, and we actually are hoping that the teens will bring their friends and come out to this amazing Wednesday night program so that these kids can come to know Jesus Christ as their personal Savior. The second opportunity we have available is Sunday mornings. Sunday mornings has traditionally been called Sunday school, just like it has been for the past who knows how many years. Well, we are changing the name, and with the name change, we are changing a little bit of the programming and how we run with it. That Sunday morning program is going to be called Rooted, and what we want to do is we're still going to go deeper, but we're going to use a different approach and a different process. I'm a huge fan of Andy Stanley at North Point Church down in Atlanta, Georgia, and he has a philosophy of teaching, which includes different kinds of teaching during the Sunday school, different varieties. So what's going to happen is instead of going super deep all the time, what we're going to be doing is there's going to be times throughout the year where we're going to do a book of the Bible study. There's going to be times of the year when we're going to be doing some applicational, relational type of study. There's going to be times when we're doing seasonal things, whether it relates to Christmas or Easter, and some other things as well. We might even go through a book study as a whole. But what this programming is going to look like on a regular Sunday morning right now, I'm up on stage talking to the teens while they're listening. And to be quite honest, it can be boring. And so what this program allows is we're going to have a lot more dialogue, not just between me and your teen, but between the teenagers and themselves. So there's going to be a lot of dialogue, there's going to be times of interaction as well as teaching. And this stuff will be deeper than the Wednesday night programming. We hope that this will challenge the teens to come from Wednesday night and ease into a Sunday morning program where they can feel like they can go a little bit deeper, more and more each week, and eventually cultivate and grow their faith in Jesus Christ. The last program that we're going to be looking at today is a program called Impact, and it's not necessarily a program. It's really to get the teens to be serving within the church. And what it looks like is it will happen in a Sunday morning context. We are asking that teens are serving within the church at least some point on a Sunday morning, not every week. Our goal is to start off with getting teens involved at least once a month with an activity, whether that involves the nursery, the children's ministry. It can even relate to Sunday school once a month, or we're also looking for the teens to get involved in the hospitality ministry. Teens are already involved in the church, a select few of them, and we would like to get every single one of them involved in serving in the church to understand what serving is all about. So this opportunity, this program called Impact, will in turn hopefully impact the church as a whole, not just the building, but also the people. And hopefully our goal is by people seeing the teenagers serving, that it'll get the adults serving as well. That's what Impact looks like, and we're really excited about this program, and we're hoping that each teen will be available to help out at least one Sunday a month in any ministry they can get their hands on and really dive into it and serve the Lord with just amazing passion. One more exciting thing about the programming. On Wednesday night when we have our AMPed program, we're going to be still having small groups, but we want to be a little bit more intentional this year. What do I mean by that? Well, instead of calling them small groups, we're going to be calling them peak groups. PEAK is an acronym for prayer, encouragement, accountability, and knowing God. So during this time, your students are going to spend extended time in prayer. They're going to encourage one another to do things, or just encourage one another just to encourage one another. And they're going to stay accountable within the group, where everything said in the group stays in the group unless we need to notify you about something. And lastly, knowing God, where they're just going to dive a little bit deeper into the lesson that was shared that evening. So we hope that your students will be on board with this, and that you will be on board with it as well. We ask for your prayer in these programs that we're going to be sharing with the students this coming fall. Everything's going to start right at the fall kickoff and move throughout the year, and we'll be evaluating at the end of the year. And we're really excited about what's going to be happening this year at Imitate. Lastly, I just want to thank you parents for being so encouraging and just being so thoughtful with your prayers, your encouragement, and your uplifting comments throughout the past couple years. We're really trying to be intentional. We're really trying to help these teens grow in their relationship with Jesus Christ, and we think we got the formula this year to do so. We ask that you continue to pray for the student ministry, and also for each and every student, that they would just grow closer to Jesus Christ as they come on Wednesday evenings and Sunday mornings, and as they serve in the church on Sunday mornings. So I want to thank you again, and we just hope you got the information you need. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email or call me here at the church. Thank you, and have a good day.